Today's video is going to be the review of First Blood. Directed by Ted Kotcheff, who did Weekend at Bernie's, Uncommon Valor. Co-written by Sylvester Stallone. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Amazing soundtrack. I love the soundtrack to this. Even that song, It's a Long Road by Dan Hill. It's a long road, I can't sing worth shit, and it hurts when they tear your dreams apart. God. Hopefully you're still with me, and you're not, like, cringed out. First Blood is a 1982 American action thriller. A lot of action, even though I think Rambo 2 has more. But there are a lot of thrilling moments in this. And a really, just a terrific cast. I mean, you got Sylvester Stallone as John Rambo. You got Richard Crenna as Colonel Troutman. You got Brian Dennehy as Sheriff Teasel. You got David Caruso. And this was the first movie I ever saw David Caruso in. The movie was based on the 1972 novel called First Blood. So what, 10 years later, they actually made the movie. Had a $15 million budget, and this movie made some money at the box office. It made $125 million. It received pretty much positive reviews. They praised the performances of Stallone, Crenna, and Dennehy. And you can see that in this movie. Those three are just, they're fantastic. Especially Brian Dennehy as the sheriff. He's so, crude and crass and just, like, blunt about everything. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He basically just does it. And he's like, you know what? I'm the law, and we don't like this, so this is how things are going to be. We don't like people like you in this town. It's a quiet little town. What do you hunt with a knife? Brian Dennehy, I mean, I loved him in Cocoon. He was great. So, it received positive reviews and some mixed reviews, actually, where people did not like the ending of this movie. They thought it was a mess, actually, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I've never read the book, but I've seen what people are saying about the ending to the book. And it's messed up. I actually prefer the ending to this, how it went in the movie. But yeah, for some reason, people hated the ending. I mean, I thought it was done very well. I'm not going to give away the ending, but I'm just going to say that, you see where the sheriff is at that point. You see where Colonel Troutman is, and then Rambo, what he's going through, and the things they have to do to calm him down and basically have everyone leave in peace without killing each other. Now, that's the thing. In this movie, Rambo could have killed the entire police force. He could have blown up the town. He does shoot up the town, but I'm saying he could have killed everybody, even the little army they sent in there. Look what he did in this movie. Rambo 2. He took on an entire army. Look, I mean, that's why I call this the quintessential Rambo film right here, because he destroys everything. In this movie, he basically just plays with them. So, the plot is basically 7 years after his discharge, Rambo, he's walking through the town of Hope, Washington, and he gets confronted by the sheriff, played by Brian Dennehy. The sheriff gives him a ride, and Rambo's like, do you have something I can eat around here? And he's like, well, there's a diner a few miles up the road. He's like, is there a law against something I can eat here? And he's like, yeah, me. Like, all of a sudden, the sheriff is just a dick. He's a dick to Rambo. All Rambo wanted was something to eat. They drew First Blood. Okay, he drew First Blood. He should have gave Rambo something to eat. It would all have been fine. So the sheriff drops him off at the edge of town, and Rambo's like, fuck this. And he turns around and he walks back into town, and the sheriff sees that, and he's like, hey, he's like, let me see some identification. And all of a sudden, like, the sheriff just puts him under arrest. Just for walking back into town just because he wants something to eat. What the hell? Brian Dennehy's awesome, though. It makes you just want to hate him. But the sheriff considers him like a nuisance. Only... It's not like Rambo was, like, high on dope or, you know, walking around carrying a cup being like, do you have any spare change? Or anything like that. He just wanted something to eat. I mean, that's all he wanted. So they take him to jail, and they're really abusive towards Rambo. Like, they're really abusive. They treat him like shit. And so then Rambo finally breaks out of there, and there's this really cool car chase scene with the cop car and the motorcycle that Rambo's on. Rambo gets to the mountains, he hides out. He uses his survival skills. He eats things that make a billy goat puke. Rambo was the best. Anyway, he's in the mountains. He builds a fire. He has like a shelter. He sets traps up. The cops go looking for him. And then it becomes like a game of cat and mouse. Basically, the cops are hunting Rambo, but in reality, Rambo is actually hunting them, which is awesome. Because the cops are sitting there looking for him. They have dogs and everything, and Rambo's sitting there setting traps and scarecrows and stuff like that. And he's playing with them. He could have killed the entire police force, like I said. So, that's basically the movie. I know you can hear me! You're finished! You've gone as far as you're gonna go! Do you hear me? Something interesting, though. I know everyone praised the performances of Brian Dennehy and Richard Crenna. But two actors that turned down the role of Sheriff Teasel, Gene Hackman and Robert Duvall. Now, I personally think Gene Hackman would have been awesome as Sheriff Teasel. I think he would have done a phenomenal job. But they turned down the role, and of course, Brian Dennehy got it. And I can't say that I'm disappointed with that because Brian Dennehy made this movie. He was amazing. But I still would have liked to see Gene Hackman. I think that would have been awesome. Robert Duvall, not really so much. Colonel Troutman. Lee Marvin turned down the role as Colonel Troutman, and then they hired Kirk Douglas, but there was a script dispute, basically. He did not like the way things were going with the script. He actually wanted the ending to the book. Now, the ending to the book is weird. Basically what happens at the end in the book is Rambo and Sheriff Teasel get fatally wounded. Troutman comes in and he kills Rambo because Rambo's on his last leg and he just kills him. And then Sheriff Teasel is dying and Troutman sits next to him and talks to him as he dies. Weird. I don't like that ending at all. Because if it would have ended like that, obviously we wouldn't get any sequels. But, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what happens in the ending here. Because if you haven't seen First Blood, you were born in a barn, I don't know where you've been. But anyway, the ending to this is a lot better, in my opinion. I wouldn't have wanted that at all. But yeah, that was the whole script dispute, is that he didn't like that. And so, they were going to get Rock Hudson, but Richard Crenna actually was the replacement. So they got Richard Crenna, and I'm so glad that they got him, because he is awesome as Colonel Troutman. He is the Colonel. When you look at him, he's very formal, he's very, gritty. I just love his performance there. Basically, too, here's the thing. The first cut of this movie, you know how there's different cuts. The first cut, the rough cut or whatever, was over 3 hours long. I'd be interested to see all all the stuff that's actually cut, because there's not any on here. There's no like there are no like deleted scenes or anything like that. I just want to know like what all the stuff on the cutting room floor was. There were some things stolen too while filming this. They imported, I believe it was over 50 firearms for the, well, I think it was basically for the scene. In the third act, there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on. But they had to import all the firearms to Canada, and I think over 50 were stolen midway through filming. Now, I don't know if, like, I don't know if they caught whoever was stealing them or what happened. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff stolen during filming, which is weird. I never would have known that. Something that's pissing me off, though, I don't know if you know of Bollywood remakes, like Bollywood stuff. I guess there's a Bollywood remake of First Blood coming out in 2020, which is fucking stupid, honestly. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. No one better ever remake this movie. You'd be stupid to remake this movie, because there's only one Rambo, okay? Sylvester Stallone is Rambo. Sylvester Stallone is Rocky. Sly has 2 franchises under his belt where if you mention Stallone, automatically you're going to think of Rocky and Rambo. I wish they would have had sequels to Cobra. I wish they would have had sequels to Cliffhanger. I wish they would have had sequels to Tango and Cash. I wish they would have had sequels to Demolition Man. I love all those movies. But I mean, I guess he's got Escape Plan. Fuck. But Sly is all about Rambo and Rocky. Now they better leave those franchises alone. If a remake comes out and it's a good idea, or if it's a movie that, if it's original and it's kind of in need of a remake or a reimagining or something like that, fine. But do not touch the Rambo series, because nobody can play Rambo. Nobody can. Just like no one can play Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. We already know how that went. They remake Rocky, I'm done. I'm done. I am done with fucking Hollywood, like, honestly. Anyway, First Blood is an awesome film. I love it. Came out the year I was born, and yeah, it's just really thrilling and just exciting. The movie is one of the best chases, like I said, with the police car and the motorcycle. An awesome police chase. And my favorite, of course, is Rambo First Blood Part 2. And I just like it because, to me, this is Rambo. Like I said, he didn't really kill too much in this. And the one kill he did do, it wasn't really his fault. It was more like a domino effect, where he threw a rock at the helicopter and the helicopter made the guy fall. It went out of control. So I guess you could say he was responsible for that. But there were some things, I felt like I would have liked it if he would have just killed everybody. But, that's the thing. He had he had honor about him, where he wasn't going to do that. He was human, even though what he did just seemed like he wasn't, because he's so good at war. He's very skilled in that department. But anyway, First Blood, amazing film. This is where it all started with Rambo, right here. And if you talk to a lot of people, they will say that this is their favorite of the Rambo films. And like I said, it is amazing. My order, well, I'll save that at the end. After I see Rambo Last Blood, I'm going to rank all the Rambo films after I see the last one. So, and that'll be, of course, after I review all of them. So yeah, very awesome film, a lot of nostalgia, and like I said, when it comes to Stallone, you can't leave out Rambo, because he is. So anyway, guys, that is my review of First Blood, 1982. What do you guys think of First Blood? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it your favorite Rambo film? Is it your least favorite Rambo film? Let me know in the comments. And I hope you guys stick with me, because like I said, I'm going to be reviewing all the Rambo films, and then I'm going to do a ranking at the end, and then I'm going to do the Terminator franchise. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And I'm going to be plugging in some reviews here and there and some more videos just to, you know, pass the time and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy this. Subscribe for more content. Give it a like if you liked it. And like I said, stay tuned for the next video. This is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.